5,000 students, huge, and a small-ass Union City. Crazy.
Yeah, so a few Union City shout-outs. Right now, though, we've got to see the union of two of the best players in NorCal in the arena of Smash, Rice and Trevonte, in a classic melee matchup,
Right.
Sheik versus Marth.
Except it's not so much in Marth's favor. Or is it in Marth's favor in Melee?
In Melee, I think it's a relatively even Melee matchup.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody does anything too crazy.
All right, but we already know who wins this matchup.
Yeah, Sheik obviously the favorite, as well as the player matchup. Trevonte probably the favorite player in this matchup, rather.
Right. Always expected to make winners finals or grand finals at Come On and Ban.
But you know, he and Rice do play together often. Rice definitely has a better understanding of his habits than probably a lot of the players in NorCal. So hopefully we can see this Marth make some waves. We've already seen Rice take out some other high-level Sheik players.
Right.
In this
With
tournament.
this Marth.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll just be able to get the spacing out. I know Rice.
He might not be able to make it back. Okay, he didn't have his jump.
Yeah, that's gonna
That's the matchup. That's like whenever you're a Sheik, it doesn't matter the character you're playing against. You just hit him off stage, catch your jump. There's a good chance if they're not Rosalina or Villager that they're gonna make it back.
Yeah, especially with the sword characters, you have to be really careful about managing your double jump and not getting hit off stage because it's so easy to just end up right out of range.
Like Meta Knight's the only sword character that you can't really gimp, and even then you can kind of gimp him.
Yeah, even then he's got a relatively straightforward path back to the ledge. Rice just kind of struggling to find his footing here. Trevonte punishing these landings really well. Rice tries to put out hitboxes, but Trevonte having a really good idea of the timing for shielding and then running out of shield to punish with his grabs.
You know what Trevonte does a lot is that when people, he knocks them away with something, and then he runs up and he shields. And when someone's landing on the ground, you can't grab somebody out of their shield because you're in the air. So it's a really smart approach. All they can really do is either throw out an aerial or empty hop. But when they do empty hop, Trevonte is able to react fast enough to just get the grab in. So it's a really favorable position for Trevonte. Ooh, his shield.
Yeah, I think a lot of players tend to sort of jump as a panic reaction to people approaching them or running near them, but that's the last thing you want to be doing against Trevonte and a lot of top-level players in this game because they're looking so hard to punish landings, realizing that you can't grab exactly, so shielding becomes a much more powerful option.
When you jumping in this game is not very safe. When you jump, you're committing a lot. It's very risky to throw out jumps that aren't safe. It's okay if you're like just jumping in your own space, but if you're not a character that's like Sheik or Meta Knight or Rosalina that can cover their jumps with something, jumping's not exactly a safe option. Even then, those characters get punished if they don't jump correctly.
Yeah.
Short hopping is really good though, like it's always been.
Yeah, short hop. And the fact that jumping is so dangerous is what makes short hop, empty short hops a more effective option.
Right.
Because
usually when you're jumping, your opponent expects when your opponent jumps, you expect them to be exposed. All they can really do is throw out an aerial. So what you do is that you short hop and you kind of bait that their shield because they're expecting to eat an aerial, and you just jump in front and get a tomahawk grab. Exactly. Really smart option off there.
Rice with an amazing up air to fair string there.
I know, looking like Melee right now.
Absolutely, Trevonte able to find the non-Melee echo to bouncing.
That's always the comparison people make. Like, whenever someone gets like 3 hits or more in a row, it's like, man, is this Melee? It's like
Melee now.
If you look at Melee right now, it's like 1 hit, you're probably dead.
Yeah, I think sometimes Melee fans aren't too happy with that, but even coming from Melee, you have to respect the ability of these players to pressure, keep their space, accurately, and have these pinpoint reactions to be able to punish in between these sword swings, in between these Sheik tilts. And look at Rice
that wasn't even tipped.
Finding that opportunity, picking him up from over his head with the upper hitbox of the S-Smash there. Very good stuff.
Right. Yeah, this game, and pretty much every Smash game, is just controlling your space. If you can hold your space down for the duration of the match, don't let your opponent get in, don't let them control. Like, just able to control your space for the whole match, you're never going to drop a match. Yeah, that's the basic idea. Of course, people will mess up, and then that's when the punish games come into the equation.
Rice's sort of approach to playing Marth, and in some ways Smash in general, was just put out hitboxes that are safe, that are difficult to punish, and have adequate spacing and timing, and just sort of wait for an opponent to run into them. But as we're seeing here, Trevonte is not one to fall for that. A lot of times you'll see, you see Marth put out a fair, and it whiffs, so you want to run in and do something, so he'll follow with a nair, he'll put out a quick nair, he'll do something to cover your attempt to punish the initial hitbox you put out that was well spaced. And it's when you get to higher levels like Trevonte that you're able to recognize the gaps in between those hitboxes and run into punish here. And as we're seeing, it's just so difficult for Marth to make anything happen, but he's doing a great job.
Oh, wow. I thought we were going to see a forward smash or something, but I guess he didn't get the tipper of the jab. or the right hit of it. That could have been Trevonte's stock right there, or definitely would have been if it was a forward smash.
That up B, so it's a. I don't want to say it's unsafe. It's definitely committal. And you really have to be
Marth's
confident.
up
Yeah, you know, it's safe.
Yeah, no,
it's
definitely not safe. If you hit it on shield, oh wow.
That counter going, that was pretty far range. I feel like his sword extended almost.
I mean, it is Marth's sword.
You know, it's Marth's sword, but
it's
sometimes it feels like a dagger,
Marth.
man. It feels like he's rocking that one-handed.
You've seen that Giphy of Marth and Sheik's Bear?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Sheik's Bear just beats it. And Trevonte,
wow, good DI. Now, oh wow, really? Is that going to be it?
Wow,
whoa,
killing what they countered.
And Trevonte can't believe it, and neither can Rice. Andy Sorrow. Looking at this man like...
Trevonte having to do a little thinking there. Have to reconsider his strategies, reconsider his approach to getting kills.
Rice just opened up Trevonte's book, was like, all right, getting back on stage, chapter 3.
Oh my lord, he just ripped the pages out. That wasn't even from the same book, man. He's got
the epilogue, man.
He's got a sneak preview. That's the next saga, you know, the sequel. He got it early from the author. That just didn't even make sense.
You've heard of the cursed child coming out, man? This is a cursed Rice.
Oh. All right, Trevonte definitely can't be happy about what just went down there. I'm imagining we're going to see a little more defensive play out of him, not wanting to
right, he does not. Yeah, so exactly. He doesn't want to commit too much. He's going to get his guaranteed combos, nothing more than that. And you know he doesn't want to risk going to losers bracket, winner's quarter.
All it takes is one or two good tippers, and Rice rather is definitely the person to find them. But Trevonte's finding an up air, the double back air straight.
Trevonte's been working on those perfect pivot up tilts, and you know we just saw it right there. Void, the one who's probably been most famous for utilizing those combos, along with Vinny, and some other top level Sheiks like Zero and Costagen, always find that perfect pivot up tilt in order to extend their combos. Combo that normally end around 40%, they will extend it up to about 60%, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a really good, fast option when you're on top of somebody. It just requires, like you said, enough skill to be able to perfect pivot and position yourself right on top of somebody to set it up.
Right.
But once you do this, it opens up so many more combo possibilities for Sheik.
And it also, I've been learning how to perfect pivot recently. I feel like I'm 10 months late, but I've just started getting in the hang of it. And it's really hard just trying to being so quick with your finger and not overextending.
Right.
You literally have to flick your control stick.
I think for a lot of people too, at least in my experience, it's difficult going in both directions. If you have one sort of direction you prefer, left-handed or right-handed.
And we got some fat thumbs, man. It's hard for us.
Yeah.
Trevonte, he's got some skeleton hands.
You see Trevonte. If you watch him earlier in pools, when he's in a little less stressful. Not to say anything about the players, but when he has time to experiment in the earlier rounds of a tournament, you'll see him doing a lot of perfect pivots. He'll practice perfect pivots, and they don't always work. But I just see him doing it across the stage, trying to.
Let's talk about this. I feel like the whole thing about having bigger hands and smaller hands. I feel like people skinny dudes have an easier time getting these technical stuff down. Zero doesn't really do too much crazy tech stuff, and we kind of know why. But Void, on the other hand, he weighs 100 pounds.
Oh, no.
He's the most technical Sheik I've ever seen.
This is a pretty interesting theory, I have to say.
No, look at this. Okay, so
fat fingering is a phrase,
Another thing. Okay, so Mike Hayes and Brawl was known to be a little bit on the big side, right? Brawl's a bit of a technical game. It is, especially if you made Marth. But he switched to melee, and guess what happened? Mike's lost 100 pounds in the last year.
It's all calories burned from playing Fox, dude. It's because he's a Fox main.
Exactly. He's a really good melee player. There's a correlation between weight loss and smash skill, I bet you.
You think if Lucky lost a little weight, he would beat Mango?
Dude, if Lucky lost weight, he would be the God Slayer.
Leffen is pretty skinny. The guy's 100 pounds.
Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure.
I gotta say. 100 pounds, just like this quick Sheik that appears to be
I want you to name one
one
fat melee god. You can't. They've all got skeleton hands.
Hungry Box used to be a little on the chubby side, but that guy's gotten into shape. I think he's pretty muscular now. Honestly, yeah, man. It's. I can't. Chat. Maybe you can find someone, but I'm trying to envision Melee top 20 right now, and I just do not see it. I don't want to name any players who are fat either.
Look, that's fat skinny, PPU skinny.
I don't think this needs to turn into a shame stream.
No, it's not a shame.
I think
it's true. We are some fat people right here. If you look at us, I am a chubby ass dude. All right.
I don't know if you need to grab me into this.
No,
as we were talking,
I've seen your hands.
unsurprisingly, the Sheik emerged victorious.